Okay, everyone has crazy horror roommate stories, and I never thought it would happen to me, but it's happening to me right now. So I live in Hawaii in a 2-bed, 2-bath. I have a roommate. She lives in the other bedroom. I've only been living with her for 2 months, mind you. This month, September, doesn't pay rent. Naturally, the property manager texts both me and her and goes, "Hey girls, like you're missing a portion of your payment." So I text her, "Hey, did you see the message about the rent? Did your payment bounce again?" Because that's what happened in August. She goes, "OMG, I thought I'd set it to come out automatically. I'll do it right now." And I said, "Okay, please just let Sydney, our property manager, know." She's like, "Okay, cool." She's like, "By the way, I'm gonna be off island for a little bit to go visit family." Well, 24 hours later, Sydney, the property manager, texts the group again and says, "Hey guys, when can I expect to get this rent money?" I immediately send her a text. "Did you send the rent yesterday?" Because she said she would. Doesn't respond to me. I text her again. "Hey, by the way, I think we get charged a late fee if the rent isn't paid by a certain date." Once again, no response. So yesterday, my friend who's subletting my room texts me a picture. There are literal movers in the house moving my roommate's furniture out. That's her bed mattress. What is her plan? To just move out of the apartment while I'm not there, not tell me, not pay for September rent, and just ghost me forever?
So I got into literally, I think the biggest fight I've ever gotten into with my roommate last night. And I don't know if you can tell by these awful dark circles and under eye bags, but I literally got no sleep. And honestly, I want to talk about it because number one, I'm still so hurt and angry and upset that I just need to get it out. And also some of you might relate to having an awful roommate situation. And she's blocked on everything, by the way, so she's not going to see this. But my roommate, my girl roommate, I live with a couple, so her and her boyfriend, she is quite literally one of the most disrespectful and inconsiderate people I think I've ever met in my life. We have had problems in the past, but I have always obviously wanted a very peaceful and livable household. So when we have had issues in the past, we've been able to sit down and have been like, "Look, you know, this is what happened, and this is kind of like how it made me feel. Like, let's figure this out," basically. I don't want to live in a hostile environment, and I need fucking peace in my life. And I've just come to realize that this person is so deeply inconsiderate and probably so deeply miserable in her own existence as a human being that she can't live peacefully and she can't approach issues peacefully. Regardless of who it is that you live with, no two people are the same, okay? So you're gonna have different ways of living and things are just gonna come up in a roommate situation. And the way you communicate when these problems come up and the way you handle it says everything. Anyway, so I'm at work and she starts blowing up my fucking phone over an issue that could have been resolved had we had an in-person conversation and sat down. But instead, she literally fucking attacked me and said I've never been spoken to this way. Like the most disgusting, foul ass fucking language. My best friend and I have been friends for 8 years. We lived together previously for 3 years. We've gotten into some fights, okay? In any friendship, you're gonna have a fight. My best friend and I have never ever once spoken to each other this way or ever even remotely got as close to being as disrespectful as the way this bitch talked to me last night. When we all moved in together, we had the agreement that we were not going to do the splitting food thing. Like, this is your food, this is my food. Basically, the agreement that we came to is if you ate something and you finish the last of it, you replace it, right? Understandable. And it's been this way for the last 6 months since we've all lived together. And so I ate and finished off the last of one of her snacks, reordered it. Literally, it arrived yesterday. And in this argument, this bitch had the audacity to say to me, you wouldn't have eaten all my food if you didn't have a raging eating disorder. Girl, what the fuck? Literally, who talks to somebody like who says something like that to a person? Especially when when we've had conversations at length about my history of disordered eating. Also, I don't know if you can hear their dog screaming his head off in the back, but every time they leave him, their dog does this and howls for hours and barks his head off. Anyway, what transpired after this conversation was basically the both of them trying to essentially intimidate me and bully me out of moving out of my own fucking house, which is not gonna happen, okay? Paid a fat ass deposit to move into this beautiful big home. And now she wants to act like a fucking victim. And she's like, "Oh, we're being, now we have to live together against our own will." She wants to act like a victim in a problem she created. And the situation has me so upset and so angry. But I've also realized, how sad for her. Like how sad that a grown-ass fucking adult has, number one, zero communication skills, zero conflict resolution skills, and is so deeply heinous and foul and just an outright fucking mean girl. Like, you're a mean girl at 27? Gross. And I deeply believe that people like this and who she is her own karma. And it sucks that I have to live with this evil bitch for 6 more months, but it is what it is.
Y'all, I'm in the mood to start a pot. I don't care. Let me tell you about the worst, the craziest roommates I've ever had in my entire life. Okay, here we go. Number one. My freshman year, I moved in a little bit before my roommates because I went to like some kind of early summer program, whatever. I moved in like a week before everybody else. I was like, bro, I'm literally going to make so many friends. So then my roommates come. But then I noticed that she keeps leaving her laundry basket right in front of my door every day before she leaves for class. I'm like, what does that mean? So I just like scooted over. So as soon as I open my door, it's like laundry. So I scooted over and, you know, put it in front of her door. This goes on for a week. Every single day when I open my door in the morning, basket of laundry right here. Eventually, the girl texts me. I wish I still had a text message. The girl texts me and she's like, we need to have an intervention in the living room right now. Oh, Boogie, what's going on? There, mind you, there, and I'm right. Anyway, so the problematic roommate, we're going to call them Sarah. Sarah was like, I've been noticing that you haven't been doing my laundry. You need to start doing my laundry every single day. Like, I don't know what else I have to say, but you need to start doing my laundry every single day, and I'm not going to tell you again. What? And I was like, no. And she was like, you're the help, right? I'm gagged. I was like, no, girl, I go to school here. And she was like, oh. Then, literally the next day, she reported me to my RA for bullying. And I had to have an intervention. What? That was year one. Then, year two, I moved out, obviously, and I moved into like an on-campus kind of apartment. I had a roommate who would literally pee on the floor in the middle of the night. This is her room, this is the bathroom. Like, pee in the middle of the hallway. And she'd be like, sometimes in the middle of the night, I just can't make it. So she would just pee on the floor. Oh! And then she had this guy friend, and the guy friend ended up getting a girlfriend. And she would like vent to me and be like, oh my gosh, like, he stopped paying attention to me. And like, we were at the game and I was sitting on his lap and his girlfriend got so mad. Duh! That's literally this man, girl. What are you saying? So yeah, I am very excited to now be living in a 1-bedroom apartment with Justin and my dog. So, yay!
So I'm on my way to work and I got a question, but I'm gonna make it a hypothetical question because I don't want to put anybody on blast. So let's say you have a roommate and June 1st, while you're at work, your roommate texts you like, hey, if you're ready to pay rent, you can go ahead and send your half. And it raises questions like, she never has her money on the first, so why is she texting me asking for the money on the first? But you text her back like, hey, if you have it, we can go ahead and pay it. If not, we can wait till the 5th because you get paid weekly. Both jobs pay you weekly, so you're not really, you got it, you don't. She's like, oh yeah, we can go ahead and pay it and get out the way. So you send your $650, which you don't know why you send the $650 because rent is $1,208. But hey, you send the $650 and you think it's cool, everything paid. So June 10th comes and somebody puts a note on the door saying, hey, rent's late, hasn't been paid for the month, what's going on? You text your roommate, like, I sent you the money last week, what's going on, where is it? Like, she texts you back saying, oh, I was $30 short, it's paid now, out the way, it's cool. Okay, you said, okay, cool. And your problem, you keep giving her the benefit of the doubt. So the middle of the month comes and she starts this random ass argument, just to end the argument by saying, oh, I'm not paying rent for July and putting in a 30-day notice. You being you thinking, okay, cool, she put in a 30-day notice. You gotta look for someone to stay because you got a 2-year-old child, hypothetically. Like, you got a 2-year-old child. So you gotta find somewhere to go. You can't wait on her. So, cool. Then, July 11th, you get a note on the door saying that you're being evicted. And you're confused, like, let me read this paperwork. Because I thought she said she put in a 30-day notice. So they wouldn't be sending a fucking eviction notice for a 30-day notice, right? So you text her, ask her, like, hey, this paper is saying that rent has not been paid since June 1st. Where's my half of the money? Oh, I gave them your half, but I didn't have my half. And I paid a large lump sum so we could vacate the premises. Do I need to sue for my $650? Let me know.
Let's talk about one of the biggest fears that incoming freshmen have, which is having a bad roommate. Because not gonna hold you, having a bad roommate can affect your freshman year. This is coming from somebody that had a horrible roommate her freshman year. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Let me give you some advice when it comes to roommates that I wish I knew when I was going through my roommate problems. Number 1, before the first week of campus is over, you guys need to have a sit-down chat. And when I say sit-down chat, I'm talking about a red table talk type of chat where y'all tell each other about your living space and what you deal with and what you don't deal with. And I mean everything. Please do not be one of those people that lie. If you are not clean, tell them that you are not clean. If you are a night owl, don't tell them you're an early morning person. Do not lie to your roommates. Be honest. Please. Y'all should also go over the rules that you'll have for your room. Like cleanup days, what time you guys go to bed, stuff like that. But please be mindful of this. When you guys are doing this, don't try to sound like a freaking parent. Y'all are both the same age. Nobody controls the other one. Understand? I'll say that one more time. You cannot control your roommate, and your roommate cannot control you. Y'all are both age mates. No one is better than the other one. Remember that. Also, another thing. If you start having problems with your roommate, the first thing that you should do is try to have a conversation with them. See if those matters can be fixed. If they do not get fixed the first time, don't try to have a conversation with them again. Go to your RA. Just go to the RA. This is, again, coming from somebody that had to deal with a bad roommate the entire year. Don't waste no time, please. Don't try to thug it out. Because you're going to thug it out until it's the end of the school year and y'all almost fight each other and there's no time to change rooms. Don't thug it out. If they don't listen the first time, go to the RA and complain. They will deal with that problem. If the problems still continue, ask for that room switch. I don't care. Ask for the room switch. Your freshman year should be all about peace and learning about yourself, not stressing about the person that lives 3 feet away from you because you don't know what they're going to do in your sleep. Okay? That's all the advice I have for this video. If you guys want some more roommate tips, let me know. I will answer all y'all questions. Don't ask me for a story time on my roommate. That's not happening. Mind your business. But besides that, I will see y'all in the next video and y'all be safe.
Netflix ain't taught me nothing. I know one thing. If I ever have to don't have my family no more, I would never get a fucking roommate. Because the worst roommate ever, it got people that's really psychotic out there. Like, off they rocker, out of there. And they be waiting on one strange event to kill somebody. It didn't work this way up because all of them used to be crazy. But then they just flip.
You know, I talk a lot of shit for someone who's scared to leave her room because her roommate and her boyfriend are in the living room, and every time they see me, they look at me like I'm Colleen Ballinger. And the thing is, I am so hungry, but I am more scared of the weird tension that's in the air every time we're in the same room. And one time they even stopped me from doing my laundry because said boyfriend was on a meeting. Here's a bright idea. Why doesn't he take the meeting at his own house? And honestly, I'm just glad I have the master, because if I had to leave my room and share a bathroom with her, I probably would have died from a UTI by now.
Girls don't gatekeep, and I promise you, if you're ever going to be a roommate to someone, if you're ever going to be a roommate, watch this video. I just left LA staying with one of my friends, and she literally has a roommate from hell. The things this girl says to one of my friends, like, I am like this close to texting this girl and be like, who do you think you are? It got so bad that my parents felt so bad for me and my friend that they bought us a hotel room the last night. Like, you do one of my friends wrong, like if you're making them feel a type of way when I know you're being evil, I know that doesn't look scary, but my words will hurt. And it's always to the girls that are so sweet and so kind that they just completely take for granted and completely abuse. And before I get any comments like, well, have you ever lived with anyone? Have you ever lived with a girl? I've had 2 sisters. My freshman year of college, I lived on a dorm hall full of girls, in a sorority house, then lived with 5 girls in Florence and lived in 2 apartments with 3 other girls. So yes. Moving on. I'm not gonna go to Pound Town on this girl, so I'm just gonna do 5 things of what you should not do if you're a roommate to someone. Number 1, you are not going to tell them who they can and cannot have over when they're staying in their room. Do you pay rent for her room? No, you don't. Unless you are starting to pay her rent, then maybe you can have a say. If you're not paying her rent, don't do this, do this. 2, she does have a friend over, be like, we need to have a bathroom schedule of when she can go to the bathroom. I mean, unless you want the friends to start using the sink to pee, I suggest like maybe you just use the bathroom like any normal regular person would use the bathroom, like you go in when no one else is in there, vice versa. 3, you're in a bad mood and you're feeling terrible and you're feeling bad, don't bring that to the roommate. Like, just because you're feeling like a terrible human does not mean you need to make another person feel like a terrible human. 4, your roommate is not your girlfriend and she does not owe you anything. Unless you guys are best freaking friends, but even then, she's still not your girlfriend. You're not allowed to get mad at her if she stays at a boy's house. You're not allowed to get mad at her if she does something without you. Don't be like that. Sorry, freaking weird. Freaking weird. 5, do not demand. You
You are not the mom, you are a roommate. If you're wanting the roommate to get something done, you ask in a communicatively healthy way, not a mom way. There's a lot of levels to what I said. Like, if you're having a lot of friends over and you guys are freaking partying in the living room, being loud and annoying, yes, you have the right to be mad. It all just comes down to using common sense and reflecting to see if it's actually something to get mad about or talk to your roommate about. I hope this helps. I'm running out of time, but love you.
Okay. I know I'm not tripping. I just need to make sure that the rest of the world isn't as delusional as my roommate. So my mom gives me, I have been fortunate and blessed enough to have a mother that provides household goods for me. I have never had to buy tissue, paper towels, laundry detergent, dish pods. I've never had to buy things like that. She's in this little club at work and she just has more than she can use. So she always gives me and my brother household goods, right? So I have roommates. The household goods that my mom gives me, she gives me every 3 months, I'll say. Every 3 months. So when I go home to Alabama and I come back to Atlanta, I bring those things back and I have roommates. So I will put things that are just for general use in the general use spots. That's another one of my roommates. Not talking about her. But anyway, so I would bring all this stuff home, like the dish pods, laundry detergent, like stuff, because like I'm one person. I get it for free. My mom provides these things for me. So I'm not really like that up in arms about it. Like, I bring it, I say, have at it, use it, blah blah blah, because I know that my mom's gonna give me more in the next 3 months. Correct. So the pods are out, right? They don't know that my mom has already sent me pods again, because like I said, she sends them every 3 months. They're in my car though. I haven't brought them in the house. And then they're gonna start this group chat talking about I'm going to get some stuff for the house. Everybody send me $15. No. And then when I tell them, like, no, I've been supplying things for the house and I haven't asked you guys for money because, quite frankly, I get it for free. But still, it's things that are a blessing to me that I am trying to bless other people with. But if you want me to hold my blessing to myself so that I don't run out, so that I don't have to go buy things, then I'll do that. And then they're like, no, like, I just feel like you get those things for free and like now we're out and like all we're asking is $15. And I feel like this. If I would have kept all my pies and all my stuff to myself, my one self, I would still have all those things. None of those things will be out for me right now, correct? If I would have kept those things for myself. But since I decided to spread the love and everybody used it, now it's out. It is up to y'all to figure it out. I done already contribute. I don't care if it was free. We're not married. This ain't no what's mine is yours and what's yours is ours. No, bitch. I already provided my part as a fellow member of the house. And now that things are running low, you want me to contribute again when I'm the reason you even had tissue to wipe your ass, you even had pies to wash the dishes in the first place, and you want me to pay you? And her whole argument was that I get it for free. Bitch, you are not fucking me! It don't matter! It's mine! Okay? So, since they want to play hardball, I'm going to be keeping my stuff to myself. Yep, I'm going to be keeping the dish pods in my room. Yep, every time I wash dishes, I'm going to use the dish pods since I get, let me hold on to my free things. And so they don't run out. The fuck? Girl, that pissed me off for today. That threw me.
I just don't understand what the actual issue is.
I could literally do whatever the fuck I want when you're not here. I could walk into your room when you're at work tonight and take a shit on your bed and you couldn't do anything about it. So don't come here and tell me to mind my fucking business when you should be minding yours.
I live here too. And I'm recording this whole thing.
Okay, good. Hi, you fucking loser. Do you pay the fucking $1,000 of rent